Sen bu gerçek basını da çalışıyor ama. Yazık sana tam. Nerede bari? Tamam. Baba. 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 Baba.
Hı?
Benimle konuş.
Kulaklığım olduğu için duymuyorum seni.
Kulaklığını çıkar. O zaman kulaklıklarını
Oğlum dinleyemem bu abi. Alabilir miyim kulaklığımı?
We're going to do something a little different. We're
Hemen
going
onu
to
al.
actually add
Nerede?
in some economic data. So we got 30-year mortgage rates here, right? So I'm going to read in this next data set. And this is basically the 30-year mortgage rate is a measure of how much it costs somebody to get a mortgage. So when you buy a home, you guys probably know most people don't pay cash for it. Most people get a mortgage, a loan, and they have to pay interest on that loan. And depending on how high that interest rate is, it becomes more expensive to and for that person. So they may not be able to pay as much for that home. Okay? So does that make sense? All right, so that's why we're using that data. The next one is the employment rate. And employment rate is kind of a measure of how much of the economy. It's just a general measure of how well the economy is doing. If the employment rate is going up and up, then that's usually a positive signal. But if it's going down for some reason, like COVID, then that could impact home sales, right? All right, next thing, same thing with CPI. So CPI is a measure of inflation. So how much it's the consumer price index. It's how much do consumers pay for products, but more importantly, how much do products used to cost, 5 months ago, 12 months ago, 2 years ago is different than what those products cost today. So I'm sure you guys are well aware that there's this thing that's called inflation going on right now. So this is a very important metric, okay? All right, so now that we got our core data sets, we've got the Kansas City data, and then we've got our economic data sets, or 3 economic data sets. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna introduce you to the time series. So we're gonna dive a little deeper. Before we do time series features, we need to first analyze the time series. So this is like what we call exploratory data analysis. This is data science 101, guys. All right, so what we're first gonna do is we're going to jump into the home sales data. So I'm gonna take this Kansas City data set, which is this very wide data set. You can see it looks like this. There's an ID of a home sold, the price, and the date. And I'm primarily going to focus on the price and the date. And what I want to do is I want to measure some of these. So I'm going to select the price and the date, Control Enter. I'm just going to select those 2 columns down. Then I'm going to use this function summarize by time from the time TK package, one of my favorite packages. I built it. And what we're going to do is we're going to use it to summarize by month the median price and the number of homes that are being sold, because that's going to be interesting. Things that I have questions in my mind. I want to see what the average price is, or the median price, and I want to see how many home sales are going on. Okay, but this is what we call a wide data frame right now. So we got price and N. So price is the median price. We can see it changes by month. And then we have the number of homes sold. We can see, that changes by month, but we want to get it into a format called the long format. So we're gonna use this function called pivot longer. And what it's gonna do is go from a table that's 13 by 3 all the way to a 26 by 3. So we're basically stacking price and N on top of each other. So remember, price N on top of each other. And now we're putting that just a single value column. This is gonna allow me to analyze them all at once, because I'm going to use a function called group by. I'm going to group it. It's going to give me 2 groups. See, name, I'm grouping on name. And then I'm going to use plot time series, again, from the time TK package. Okay? All right. So here's the deal, guys. This is the information. What I'm seeing here is we're going from May 2014 through May 2015. So about a year's worth of data. And we can see that there's some kind of a cyclical nature to it. So we start here in the springtime. We're in June now. The max number of homes being sold is in June. The maximum median home price being sold. So this was $465,000, and then it starts to decline. So maybe you want to buy maybe in the November timeframe. Now, keep in mind there might be less inventory available. So just be careful. If you wait too long in the year, you might not have. It might be slim pickings, because your number of homes being sold goes down, so supply might be down, and then it goes back up in the springtime. So we see May of next year, we can see a cyclical nature, a lot of homes being sold, and we can see that price then jumps up to $476,000, which is the median home price in May of 2015, or April of 2015, okay?